Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today we are going to revisit Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation 5. So, I gave this game a 9.8 when it launched. I paid for this with my own money. I paid the $75 for this and I really enjoyed my experience when it first came out. So, if you look at this right here, this is the main screen right before you even start the game. As you can see over here to the right, you can purchase $2.49 for 100,000 credits right out of the gate. I mean, you can already see I've got the gold trophy, and I've gotten 23 more trophies. I've spent a little bit of time playing this game. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to load into this. And we're going to talk about some of the changes that have been made with this recent update and kind of understand, a little bit of what's going on. So I did play some more of this. I played some more of it the other day and I played some today, and I've kind of just, wanted to take a step back and really think about this, because when I did my original review, I was going off of my past experience with Gran Turismo and rated that in a way that most people just probably don't understand. I mean, they're looking at it as a whole, out of all the games, and I'm looking at this as my experience with Gran Turismo. So after I rescored this game today, from now on, I probably am not going to do numbered scores on games. I've noticed, some other reviewers, they kind of avoid doing the number thing, and I don't know, man. I'm still kind of new to this. I've been doing this for about a year. I've been trying to do different things to see what works, from trying to find my own style with this and move forward with it. But let's load right into the world map. Okay. Now, the Gran Turismo experience, as it sits right now, you have your world circuits. This is basically, you can go to all of the different tracks, and then for each track, they now have it with different set types of. Let's just show you real quick. When you go into these things, okay, you go to the Americas, and then you say you want to go to Willow Springs International. So now, when you pick the track, you will have a different set of different challenges that you can do, kind of like how they used to do it, but back then it was like you would pick the challenge and then it would take you to the tracks. Now these are more centralized per track. You still can do your arcade races, but mind you, you have to play through the cafe to unlock every track in this game. So yeah, there is a forced grind to get into all of these, which me personally, during my playthrough, I didn't really mind. I'm actually grateful that I was pulled down and kind of forced to grind through the game to unlock the tracks and everything that I wanted to do. So I was happy with that. And to tell you the truth, that grind felt really, really good. It felt balanced. It felt good. I was making enough credits from the races to be able to buy whatever I needed to move forward and to progress. I felt comfortable with that, and it felt good. If anything, it felt a little bit too easy. Well, actually, it felt a little more on the easier side, even with, the difficulty cranked up. So you can still do arcade race. Circuit experience, which is like a bread and butter thing for Gran Turismo now. I really love circuit experience. I think that is probably one of the best features to ever come to Gran Turismo. And I believe, I didn't play 6, but I don't think it was in 5. But now that it is in there, I really, really do appreciate circuit experience. I don't know if it was in 6. 6 is the only one I haven't played. You could still do your time trial, you can do a drift trial, or you can make a custom race. Custom race, you can choose any one of these out. These, you can select your thing, and then you can choose, the number of laps, anything like that. So basically, every single track will have its own little championship stuff that you can go through and pick which one you want to do. And then, oh wait, there was something else. World circuits. Let me show you one more thing. And then everything down here on the bottom, these here are the different types of things that you can. These are the championships that come along with the cafe or whatever. So once you beat this one down here in the corner, the World GT Series Championship, you essentially beat the game. Like, you see the credits roll, which is pretty cool. I like that touch. I really did appreciate that. You have your escapes, but up here you have missions. You can do these missions, which are pretty cool. They're just different driving scenarios that will get harder as you go through these. Those are pretty cool. They are kind of challenging. License Center, you can still go in here and get your license, which is really cool. I love the fact that this is still here. I love that it is still challenging, and I love the fact that once you get these, you know, you feel a sense of accomplishment, especially if you go through and gold them all. Like, I golded them all on freaking Gran Turismo Sport, so I just haven't gotten around to doing it on this one. I've noticed that a lot of the stuff has changed. It's nowhere near the same as the last time. It is pretty different. You have your used cars. Oh wait, yeah. So the circuit experience is with each track, which is pretty cool. Go through those and learn how to do those tracks. So there is enough content in Gran Turismo 7 to effectively justify, you know, paying full price for it. I believe that there is enough in here to justify paying full price. Now, whether that price should be $60 or $70, I feel like it should be $60 because this is essentially a PlayStation 4 game that is made to look better on the PlayStation 5. Over here, you have this right here, these legendary cars. This is the first major thing that's really going to irritate that's really gonna irritate people. See, like right here, you have this Porsche and this car right here. Both of these are $18 million. That is $180 real world money to buy these cars. $180 for both of them. If you wanted both of these cars, that's almost $400 for what, a McLaren F194. Like, why is that car $18 million? Like, it's got 5,315 miles on it. Like, why is it $18 million? Can you explain to me why that car is $18 million? Now, I did buy the Corvette, $178,000. I'm a Chevy guy. Heck yeah, man, I'll buy that. I got a trophy for that. So I was like, all right, whatever. Who's going to pay $18 million for this? Or this? $3 million for that? That there's still $40. I mean, you can't buy $30 worth of credits and get $3 million. You have to buy $40 to get $3 million. So that there is a massive fact. Now, as you can see, I have 245 credits right now. Let's see. Let's see what my time and everything is on here. So I have put 27 hours, 59 minutes into this game, and I have walked away with $3.5 million. I could have bought that Mercedes. Yeah. But then I wouldn't have been able to buy anything else that I've been to get to where I'm at right now. So out of almost 30 hours to get that one car, that is the grind before. I would say the 3 hours, because I finished this right at about 24 hours. So the 3 hour, another 4 hours on top of that, is the the extra grind that I've been doing since then. So as you can see, I basically, what I did was I went and I bought, let me get out of this. I went and I bought another car, like another car, and then like souped it up and everything to kind of get my credits back down to closer to zero. So in 4 hours with the new grind, a little bit less than 4 hours, I'm at 245,000. 245,000 credits after after 3 hours. So 3 hours, that, and we're not talking about just grinding, I mean, like I did a little bit of grinding, some missions. I did some, some world circuits, some of the other stuff, kind of stuff that you would normally do. But the fact of the matter is, let's talk about another one of these real quick, so that when I do this, we can hammer this home. Wait, where am I? I think I have an invitation for. Oh wait, no, it looks like it's expired. My invitation has expired, and that invitation was for the Lamborghini Veneno, which is 3,640,000. So that is a little bit more than what I've earned in 30 hours. 30 hours to buy that car, and they put a expiration date on your invitation. They put an expiration date on that. So if you don't grind it out and buy that by then you effectively miss out on that. Now, for me, I was never going to buy that car. I was never going to buy that car. I don't care how much money I had. The grind on this game does feel a little bit more. It definitely feels pretty freaking intense. Now, with the changes, not only did they change the payout, they actually changed the difficulty. So not the difficulty. They upped the AI. They are better. The AI, I'm not even gonna lie, it felt a little bit. It felt pretty easy to get by and to complete these races and to do all of this stuff. Like the AI felt a little bit too easy, and I think that and see, this is the reason why I'm starting to. I'm not turning on Gran Turismo, but I am starting to really question exactly what this game was built for and who this game was built for. Because to me right now the difficulty of the AI feels better than, like, it feels better. It's challenging. This is actually like, wow, man, if it would have been like this, I probably would have loved it more when I was playing it, because the difficulty, the AI are better. They are more challenging. It would have taken me more time to actually get through the cafe. Now that the AI feels more balanced, but I mean, they still do feel kind of cheap, because if you're like behind them, like when you start and you can't catch them now, doesn't matter what you do in your car to fix it up. If you're on hard, like on the hard, like it's almost impossible to catch back up with them now. Like it's pretty freaking hard, but cranking that down, to easy or whatever, would possibly still give you like a fighting chance, but it makes it. But okay, so what I'm saying is they lowered the payout and they upped the difficulty. Now it's harder to win these races for the average person, and the payout is less. That's what kind of got my mind a little bit to the point where I'm like, wow, dude, like for me, none of this stuff really matters that much, because I'm perfectly okay with just jumping in a car and doing some time trials and learning courses and doing all of that. But another thing about that is when I play this and then I try to play Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is way more realistic, I have to forget everything that I'm learning, like feeling wise, especially on the DualSense controller. I have to completely forget about all of that, and then it just makes it harder to jump between the two games, because Gran Turismo feels a little bit more simcade, definitely more simcade. Those are the two big things that really stand out to me. And then the always online. This game was down for over 34 hours the other day. It was down for over 34 hours. They had a problem. It couldn't get in there. Like, you couldn't get in there. You couldn't play your game. It sucks. I don't know how a lot of people feel about this, because I can only go off of my own experience And to me, sometimes, I mean, like if I was in the mood and I really wanted to play Gran Turismo right then and I couldn't, and I would say it was like my day off or something, I'd be pretty mad. I would be pretty freaking mad that I couldn't play that. But I also have so many games that like, can't play Gran Turismo? Then I guess I'm playing Forza 7. So, all right. But then there are some other things, because in my original review, I did say, hey man, there are definitely things that I could nitpick and tear this game down apart. This is supposed to be a PlayStation 5 game. It was built to be able to showcase the power of the PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 is currently the most powerful PlayStation they have ever built. I personally am, let's see, do I even have a car that can enter this? Like right here, let's do this one. We'll enter this. Let me turn this volume down on that. Okay, so me personally, I do not necessarily... okay, this is supposed to showcase the power of the PlayStation 5. As you can see right now, this game, to be completely honest with you, it looks about as good as Forza 7 does on the Xbox One X. Now the Forza 7 is available with Dolby Vision support. This game literally, like Forza 7, stands its ground pretty dang good with, gosh dang it, I'm a little bit out of practice now. I haven't been playing it all day and I'm trying to talk. But as you can see, I mean, like visual wise, like this does not look next gen. To be completely honest with you, this doesn't look... Well, I don't know. I mean, we don't even really know what a next-gen racing game looks like. But to tell you the truth, I mean, this looks... Sometimes it looks a little bit better than what Forza 7 is. But, I mean, most of the time, Forza 7 looks better. And Trackside Detail, inside the dashboard of the car looks about the same. I mean, everything looks pretty freaking close to what Forza 7 does. The only time that Gran Turismo shines above and beyond Forza 7 is in escapes mode. And sometimes in replays, like, yeah, it does look a little bit, it does look pretty good, you know, with that ray tracing, but sometimes you can't even really tell the ray tracing, so it doesn't even really matter. I've seen a lot of people posting pictures of Forza, and everyone they post there of Gran Turismo 7, every picture that they post isn't from in race, because let me show you what happens if you want to take a picture. Oh, dang, man. I want to take a screenshot. Let's take a screenshot. Boom. Let's see. Oh, let's see what our screenshot looks like. Oh, man, that's what our screenshot looks like? Yeah, you get that freaking bar right there. So for them to try to tell me that, oh, yeah, these are great. No, man, they are taking a screenshot of the escapes mode. They are not taking any inline racing. Any pictures. I mean, this is what you get for $75 when it comes to the visual package. Now, me personally, I don't think it looks horrible, like at all. Like really, I'm actually just like, whatever. At least it's 4K. The 4K definitely helps it to look a lot better. I mean, the cars look great. You know, it really does. It really just looks. It looks good, but it looks sterile. It's like a basic presentation of the game. Like it looks good enough to where you're like, all right, man, at least it looks good, you know. I mean, there are some times in here that the game looks pretty dang good, but then there's times that you're just like, ooh, gosh. And the reason why I chose this track is because this is one of the ones that they build in-house for Gran Turismo, so it looks better, believe it or not, than all of the actual freaking real world tracks. This looks better than those. They put more effort into it. It's got more of an artistic look to it that looks better, that looks good. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the only tracks that are really looking good are the ones that are built for Gran Turismo. So, if we go out of there, I'm gonna do the rest of this video driving with. Oh, look! I got another roulette ticket for getting my daily miles. Man, that is awesome. I have always won mainly money on those. whether it's a little bit or a lot. Now, if we go on down to where the heck is the one that I was looking for, some of them actually hold up really good. Oh, there it is, Spa Frankum Chomps. And we'll just do a, let's see, we'll just do a time trial. That way I don't have to worry about the racing. We'll do afternoon. I don't have to worry about people slamming into me. But now you're going to see a little bit of a difference in detail on this. I mean, we're still going to use the car, my favorite car. I don't feel like I really don't feel like the DualSense does a whole lot to make this game any better. As you can see, this looks really sterile. It looks like there's really nothing going on, especially on the next-gen console. And I mean, to be fair, it looks that way on Forza 7 as well. But Forza 7 also came out in 2017. You can see the trees over there on the side popping and loading in. Over there, you can see things popping in on the sides of the buildings over here. That image there just looks pretty sterile. There's nothing really going on over there. Let's see if I can get you some trackside detail. Here's a little bit of trackside detail for you. I mean, you can't turn your camera either way to really look around and see what's going on. But back up here in the trees, you can see that every tree behind the ones that are out in front is just flat billboard textures. I mean, this really does look like they didn't do really much to make this track look any better for the game. The only thing that really stands out, that can be considered a little bit better than Forza is probably that sky. The sky and the clouds, that looks really good. That does look like next gen freaking clouds, and sometimes that makes or breaks in experience, but this is what I'm talking about when I talk about this. I mean, like, you see this right over here, like, look at those trees, man. That just looks so, like, nowhere near as good as we just saw on the track before. So you get some times that look really, really good in this game, and then you get times that you're like, wow, man, this looks like the exact same track I've been driving all last generation. It definitely looks better than what it looked on the PlayStation 3, but it also looks like it's from the last generation. Like, it does. Like, look at these trees out here, these flat freaking billboard trees out in the back. That's what I'm talking about. So you got some tracks that look really, really good, and then you've got other tracks that just barely make it. Just barely make it. Yeah, we can look at this for a minute. Drops to 30 frames a second because I got the ray tracing mode on. But look at that trackside detail. That doesn't look... It looks terrible. It looks like the trackside detail on this is just so freaking terrible. I mean, you'll see, like, the grass popping in and popping out, and you don't see that in Forza 7. Like, the grass is already there. See all the trees out in the back, everything just... Like, you'll start to see grass, like, popping in and out on there. I mean, they definitely can really make this, make it look better, but as it sits right now, oh, look, we're stopping to look at the freaking trees. Like, you can't get a good solid image of anything when you're trying to look around. You see the grass popping out behind me? Yeah, that's just what I'm talking about. Like, there's little things in this that, yeah, you can definitely go out of your way to nitpick. And so I really was just like, nah, I'm not going to nitpick the visuals in my last review. But this is a $70 game, and I do agree with some of the people, that have been in the comments, talking to me about it and stuff. And I really wanted to do this and set, like, the record straight. So now that we've got all that, we've talked about the visuals, the different things that you can find throughout this game. I'm going to be blunt right now, real quick. I'm going to be blunt. A lot of this stuff doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't really bother me that much. The fact that the grind is harder, the fact that the AI feels a little bit better now, it feels more balanced, to be completely honest with you, and the fact that the cars and the value and the monetization is terrible, and the always online aspect. When this game first came out, I was really happy with it. I was pretty happy. I was feeling good about it. I was feeling like, wow, man, this is pretty cool. It doesn't feel super grindy. Most of my review was based on that. I'm not here to sit and try to tear this game down, because I do still feel, based on all the previous Gran Turismos, that this is definitely one of my favorite ones. I really liked what they did with sport. I really did. I was really on that one. Before that, Gran Turismo 4 was my favorite. That was probably one of my favorite racing games throughout the whole PlayStation 2 generation. Or was that PlayStation 2? Yeah, that was PlayStation 2. Duh. Through the PlayStation generation. Once that game landed and I played that, I was so freaking addicted to that game. I put well over 500 hours into that. Gran Turismo 5 was like, whatever. I didn't even play that one that much as that. Gran Turismo 6 I didn't play because we had already moved to PlayStation 4. When Gran Turismo Sport came out, I really liked the direction that game went, and the constant updates for new content and new tracks and stuff. That was pretty cool. I really appreciated that. So when Gran Turismo 7 launched and the grind felt better, they had more of a hybrid system for what old Gran Turismo used to be and what new Gran Turismo is going to be going forward. I gave my rating for this game based on, my experience with previous Gran Turismo games. The fact that Gran Turismo Sport moved the series forward in a good way for me that I really liked. And the fact that, Gran Turismo 7 is bringing more of that Gran Turismo feel and that Gran Turismo, content over the generation, and will continuously update this game. I felt pretty comfortable giving this game a 9.8, because I feel that this game is going to continue to grow and get better and deliver more of that Gran Turismo experience that I grew up playing. But as the game sits right now, and because of the recent changes that they've made, I'm gonna have to, I have to take that into consideration, and I have to rate this game based on if I think people should buy it, not because of the reasons that I feel like that I'm okay with it. But I do still feel like this is definitely a worth a buy in the long run. Is it worth a buy right now at full price? I can't tell you that. I cannot be like, hey man, definitely go out and spend your $75 on this game because of what I think is going to come to this game. As it sits right now, I do believe that it is worth the price. Is it worth the PlayStation 4 price or the PlayStation 5 price? I don't know if this is worth $70 because it is in fact a PlayStation 4 game. So therefore, I believe it's worth $60. But the whole microtransaction thing in this game and how egregious this is. We're talking $180 for these cars right here. Are those worth $180? Like, look at this car. Is that worth $180? Is the new difficulty for the grind with the lower payout worth that investment to get that car? No, I don't think it is. But what if you're somebody that loves that car? I mean, what if that there was my C8, my C8R sitting right there for $18 million, man? Like, I'd be pretty mad. I would be freaking mad if my C8R, I mean, obviously you can see I'm right here in the C6. If my C8R came out and it was $18.5 million, yeah, I'm trying to look at this from the perspective of somebody else that might love that McLaren F194 that much, to where they would feel that heartbroken to feel like they have to grind out that much money. So yeah, as it sits, I am dropping my score from a 9.8 down to an 8.5 to an 85, whatever, 85. 85 is still a solid score. 85 is still good. It's still definitely above average. This has got some of the best handling and physics that a Gran Turismo has ever had. There's enough in this game to still make it worth your while, but things like this, $18.5 million for a 1994 McLaren. I do like McLarens, but I mean, not $18.5 million worth for a basic 1994. That right there tells me that this game, they said in their statement, oh well, yeah, we wanted the value of the cars to match the car. Really, dude? Really? A McLaren F194 is worth $18.5 million? I mean, you can maybe believe the Porsche 917K70 is, because it's like a antique or whatever, but I mean, you're trying to tell me that McLaren's worth more than that Mercedes-Benz C9. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know, man. So that right there makes me feel like they're lying. So yeah, an 85 is where I'm going to sit with this game. I do like it a lot. I do feel like this is one of the best Gran Turismo games that I've ever played in terms of like content and cars and stuff, but they need to fix this monetization. They need to fix this. They need to make this grind right here worth more, because look, if I'll purchase insufficient credits, okay, well, let me go ahead and go to the store and we'll top that off right now. Oh, I can only buy 2 million? Well, how many of those do I got to buy? Oh, I got to buy almost 10 of them. I got to buy 10 of those? That's $20 a piece. But what about, oh, nope, that's not even worth it, because those are only $750. Oh, $5 for 250? Yeah, see where we're going with this? You see where we're going with this? I have to spend almost $200 to buy that car. Why? What makes that car right there worth $18 million? I mean, when they can explain that to me in a way that makes me feel like, okay, yeah, that's justifiable for that car to be $200 or $180. Oh wait, no, actually it's more than $180. It's like $180 plus. We're gonna go back into here. We gotta go. Oh man, we gotta top that off, because gotta figure out how much 500,000 credits is. Ooh, gosh, man. So that's $90, $190 for that car, because dang, you can't do it with those two. You got to buy that one right there just to get 500,000. See what I mean? See, it could have been 185, but nope, it's got to be 190. There's no real good reason for that car right there to be $18.5 million. There's no good reason whatsoever for that car to be that high. So that is why my score is going from a 9.8 to an 8.5. And yes, you might feel like my score was a little bit high, but like I said, my score for this game started with is from this series. And a 9.8 is probably, like I said, one of the best experiences I've had in the driving and the handling and the way it feels, and the grind and everything. It felt like it wasn't wasting my time, because I was able to get everything I wanted to pretty decently. That's why it's still getting an 85. That's why I'm not going to just review bomb it and give it like a 2.5 or any kind of stuff like that, is because I was able to grind out. Look, let me go to my garage and show you like what I got real quick, because I want you to understand why I felt so good about giving this game a 9.8. Because me, I'm a Chevy guy. Like, I love freaking Chevys. But if I go in here, oh no, not the car settings. Come on, Sarah, leave me alone, lady. I already know all this. Okay, so if I go over here to my to like change car right there, I got my C6, I got my C7. I got my McLaren 650S. I love those cars. A lot of, like, this car right here was gifted to me. This was gifted to me. I bought this Taycan Turbo. Like, that's a pretty solid car. I was playing around with that. I mean, I got this Supra. I got that as a thing. I bought this Supra. I bought that. I've been able to buy and upgrade a bunch of these cars. And let's put something to rest. This Supra. Say I don't want it anymore. Let me see. Let me see if I can sell the ones I bought. Yeah, dude, I guess you can't even sell. You really can't sell it? Let me see if I can go to the used car dealer and sell it. No, I guess it can't. Yeah, man, I guess you can't. I guess you really can't sell your cars. You can't even sell the ones you buy, really, Gran Turismo? Or is that where we've gotten to this? Car collection. Yeah, I guess you can't sell it either. Dang, that's or maybe you can. No, but I'll keep looking for that. I haven't tried to sell any cars on here. Like, I haven't even looked for that just because of the fact. But that's why I felt good about giving it a 9.8, because I've been able to grind out every single thing that I wanted on this game without much of a hassle. So I didn't feel like that was that big of a deal to me, to be completely honest with you. But as you can see, as it sits, it is what it is right now. Will this game get better? I hope so. Will it be worth your money and time? I really do hope so. But as it sits right now, I have decided to change my score to an 8.5 from a 9.8. Most of that is just because I do feel like the pricing scheme for some of those legendary cars is literally egregious, and I don't feel like those are legendary cars. Some of them. I don't feel like they're legendary cars and should command such a high price for those cars. So, if you like this content and you want to see more of it, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.